He had a good job, a beautiful family, a big house, and a thriving business. From the outside, everything looked perfect. But one day, he took his own life. This is not just one story, there are hundreds like this. Men account for about 75 to 79% of all suicides worldwide. According to WHO 2025, roughly 4.6% of adult men globally are estimated to have depression. And one study of 3.7 million adults even found that men living alone with depression had a 290% higher risk of suicide. So, what's going wrong? Let's talk about the truth behind depression in men. Hi, I'm Gayatri Arvind, founder of Abhasa Rehab and Wellness. We offer residential rehabilitation for people struggling with addiction, mental health disorders, eating disorders, and chronic conditions. Over the past 6 years, we have helped over thousands of people reclaim their lives through personalized care. Through this channel, we share practical wisdom to empower your mental health. When you think about depression, what do you picture? Someone crying in the corner or lying in a bed all day? But in reality, especially in men, it often looks nothing like this. They go to work, or they pay their bills, laugh around people, and they make sure everything looks okay. But inside, they are slowly sinking, and no one notices. Not their family, not their friends, sometimes not even themselves. Because from a very young age, boys directly or indirectly learn from their surroundings that men don't cry, men don't show weakness, they are strong, they take care of the whole family. These aren't just words, they become their truth, settling deep inside the mind and shaping how they feel. And so men learn to suppress, to wear a mask, to show strength even when they are breaking. And you know what the real tragedy is? When you keep pushing emotions down, they don't disappear. They get buried and stored into your body, and they keep building stress. And this creates an unexplainable pain. Over time, a gap forms between who you really are and who you are pretending to be. And this gap becomes unbearable after a while. This is when the real inner chaos begins, and no one can see it because on the outside, the mask is still smiling. Now, here's where signs step in. Depression isn't just about being sad. It starts as something you may manage with willpower, with lifestyle, with support, but after a point, it becomes a chemical hijack. The brain's emotional center, the amygdala, gets overactive. The thinking part, the prefrontal cortex, will slow down, and the serotonin and dopamine levels drop, and eventually your memory, focus, and decision making start slipping. That's why you feel stuck, empty, numb. And even if you want to explain it to someone, you can't find the right words. Especially in men, this becomes even more dangerous because they've been tuned to stay silent and strong. And the silence starts eating them from within. And that's why they end up choosing the path of suicide, because their outside doesn't match their inside. See, depression doesn't always come from what's missing around you. It comes from being disconnected from yourself. This is why we say depression kills in silence. So, what can we do about it? First, we need to change the way we talk to men. We have to stop saying be strong and start saying it's okay to feel sad and you can express how you feel, because the real strength is not in staying silent. It's in being real, being honest, and asking for help, because that takes courage. And we need to start creating a space at home, at work, with friends, where men feel safe to be vulnerable, because suicide is not weakness, it's emotional pain, pain that had nowhere safe to land. And if you are a man listening to this and something inside you feels off, heavy, tired all the time, don't ignore it. Just start small. Talk to someone you trust. Journal how you feel without filters. Just move your body, get sunlight, nourish your brain, and if it's still not getting better, please seek professional help, because depression is real and silent depression is even more dangerous. And just trust that healing is possible. Society needs to relearn what it means to be a man, because being masculine should never mean suffering in silence. You don't have to carry this alone. You are not weak, you are not broken, and you are not alone.